What's going on, lovely people of YouTube? Welcome back to the Fragrance Attorney. Thanks for spending some time with me. I hope everyone is feeling great today. I know you're probably already smelling great because you're watching fragrance content, but we're about to have you smelling even better without spending too much money. I got 8 affordable fragrances for you that are going to have you smelling great this summer, may even turn some heads, get you some compliments, all that good stuff. Let's get it started here with Burberry Brit Splash. Burberry Brit Splash, everybody. Haven't talked about this one on the channel yet, and it's kind of a newer addition to the collection. Get a lot of similarities to Versace Man Eau Fresh and a little bit of the green notes from the original Acqua di Gio. It's a very watery, easygoing, inoffensive type of a fragrance, like 4 or 5 hours as far as longevity goes. Very airy, very similar to Man Eau Fresh with some added green notes in there. Inoffensive, good for like a job interview somewhere that you're going to be meeting someone for the first time potentially, and you don't want to offend them. You want to play it safe, and you want something just very easy, refreshing, great for the high heat of the summer. Check out Burberry Brit Splash. I think I actually like this one a little bit more than Man Eau Fresh. It's got a little bit more character to it, and personally I'm favoring this one. I've given it enough wear now to where I've gotten to know it, and I really do like what it's got going on. And that's one that you can really overspray, just go crazy on the trigger. Sometimes it's fun to have those that you can go really hard on the trigger. You don't have to worry about overspraying or anything like that. Next one up we have is John Varvatos Artisan Blue. I tried to give you a variety of scent profiles here, so it's not just all the exact same thing. And even though this one's called blue, it's really more so of a green fragrance, a green grassy type fragrance. This one, for some reason, reminds me of something like a bodybuilder would wear, just someone just ultra jacked. I don't know why. That's what I think of when I smell this one. It's got the Pirates of the Caribbean vibe with this kind of rope on the bottle and then this little medallion token. Kind of cool bottle. This is probably my favorite of the Artisan line. This one and Pure are right there as my top 2 favorites. But as far as green fragrances go that work in the summer and work in the heat and work in pretty much every single situation, Artisan Blue is really great. Smells really high quality for the price that you pay and has a certain maturity to it that some of these other fragrances might not have. Smells like a guy who's really got his shit together. So if you want to smell like that, or maybe if you want to smell like a bodybuilder for whatever reason, Artisan Blue is a great green grassy fragrance if you like green sort of fragrances. Next one up we have is Davidoff Coolwater Wave. I've talked about this one a bunch, but I want to bring it up here again just because I cannot get over how good it is. Time and time again I go back to it. It's one that stays on my rotation table for a good reason. Ultra fresh, get like this fabric softener, fresh linen type vibe from it. A little bit of spice from the Sichuan pepper, but not too much. Another one that you can really overspray, works really well in the heat. Also about 5 hours, ultra fresh, probably the freshest one in my collection. A little bit of Invictus Aqua vibes, but not really the sweetness of Invictus Aqua. And retains some of the Coolwater DNA, but really just a fresh, easygoing fragrance. Not quite as watery as the Brit Splash, but more of the fabric softener freshness type thing going on. Next one up we have is Montblanc Legend Night. Not a lot of love shown to this one just because the other ones are so good. Specifically Legend Spirit's really good. Legend Eau de Parfum's really good. Even the Eau de Toilette's really good, right? But Legend Night is kind of one that gets forgotten about, but it's a really great date night scent that's pretty affordable. Cardamom and also a little bit of vanilla, but it's not a super vanilla forward fragrance. Vanilla is a note that's kind of hit or miss for me, so fragrances that feature vanilla very prominently usually are not my jam. However, this one I would say the cardamom is more present. The vanilla just kind of sits in the background along with some modern woods in there as well at the base. Really great for evenings out. Really has like this sexiness, the sex appeal to it. So if you want something that's going to be good for the evening times going out, maybe you're going on a date or something like that, you want something with a little bit more of that, I guess, sexy nature going on to it. Montblanc Legend Night is a great one that has a beautiful cardamom note in it, and I'm a big fan of cardamom. Next one up we have is Calvin Klein Defy. This is the Eau de Parfum. Now, it's probably not the best one in the line. The new Parfum's coming out, so I'm excited to see what that one's all about. Overall, the Eau de Toilette's a better fragrance, but this one smells completely different. It's got a very different scent profile. This is a leather fragrance, and typically I'm not too big of a fan of leather fragrances. However, I do think this is a good one, and there are people out there that are super into leather. Leather fetishes. That's a real thing. So for those people, that's why I had to include this one, Defy Eau de Parfum. If you want a fresh leather that's not super expensive but also smells quality, that is just a pretty great leather fragrance all around. That it's also kind of a good entry point into the world of leather fragrances without spending a lot of money, like getting an ombre leather or something like that. Calvin Klein Defy Eau de Parfum, a good starting point for leather fragrances, or for people that are just really into leather for one reason or another. Next one up we have is Coach for Men. This is Coach Green. It is basically kiwi Luna Rosa Carbon or kiwi Sauvage minus the black pepper. So if you know Sauvage, imagine Sauvage minus the black pepper, so more like Luna Rosa Carbon, plus a nice fruity kiwi note that is really what makes this one sparkle and really shine and really sets it apart from the rest of the line. Great, easygoing, works in the high heat, average performance, but it's got that fresh and sweetness that I love, that combo that works really well. And not too many fragrances in my collection or that I even really know of that feature a prominent kiwi note as the fruitiness. So that's what this one's got going for it. If you like kiwi as a fruit and you like Sauvage / Luna Rosa Carbon, and you can imagine those two blended together, this one's a really good one. It's already been hitting discounters even though it came out this year, and you can get it at a great price. So check out Coach Green. Like that one a lot. Next one up we have is one that is kind of become a hype beast this year, but for good reason. And I talked about it in my last video. I try not to talk about the same fragrances over and over, but this one is worth mentioning again here. This is Lattafa Bade Al Oud Sublime. Very watery, fruity, kind of a unisex fragrance, but I wore it last week a couple times, and every time throughout the whole wearing, I was just thinking like, damn, this is so good. Like I just cannot get enough of it. This is right up my alley with the kind of fragrances that I personally enjoy to wear. So if you like some of the more like youthful, fun, playful, airy, watery, fruity type vibe, check this one out. It's got this really nice ozonic quality to it. It's got plum, a little bit of rose. I wouldn't say rose is a dominant thing. It's more so about the red apple and a little bit of the plum going on in here with a nice airy, watery nature to it that can work in the heat. Even though it is, a sweet kind of fruity fragrance, it does have that airiness to where it can work in the heat. So Bade Al Oud Sublime, my favorite probably release that I've personally picked up this year. So high praise for that one, and it's well deserved. It kind of smells also like fruit punch in the air. That's a really good way to describe the way that one smells. Last one up we have is Banana Republic Metal Rain. This is Banana Republic's take on Silver Mountain Water. Also kind of in that ozonic, airy type of, DNA. But this one is more so of like a bit of a saltiness perhaps. It smells very similar to Silver Mountain Water. It's kind of like a more tropical take, but not like a coconut tropical, more like a citrus kind of tropical smell that's very airy, very ozonic, very refreshing, very light, but also has some character. This is not like Burberry Brit Splash that's kind of on the very, very light side. Like that is as light as it gets. This one has a little bit more nuance to it, a little bit more heft, but by no means is this a heavy fragrance. This is a very light, fresh, airy, summertime type of a fragrance. Really great quality here, and this is probably the best affordable take on Silver Mountain Water that's out there. Club de Nuit Sillage is a popular one, and the performance is a little bit better on that one, but the quality of the fragrance is superior here with this Banana Republic. So if you're looking for an alternative to Silver Mountain Water, this is the one that I would suggest. This is such a great fragrance, probably the best one in the Icon line, and it's certainly one that I enjoy wearing every single time and can't recommend it enough for you guys. Metal Rain is just a really great metallic, ozonic, fresh and sweet type of a fragrance. That's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what's an affordable fragrance that you've picked up lately, that you've been rocking, you've been enjoying, that's been having you smelling great. I'd love to hear about it. Always appreciate each and every single one of you watching. I'll see you next time at the Fragrance Fraternity. Keep smelling great out there, people.